Did you know that Germany is about to decide on a historic shift in its defense spending? What happens in Berlin today could reshape Europe's military future, especially as Russia gains ground in Ukraine. Will Europe take charge of its own defense, or will it keep relying on the US? The time to act is now. Don't miss the vote that could change everything. In a defining moment for European defense, Germany's parliament, the Bundestag, embarked on a pivotal vote that promises to reshape the continent's military landscape amidst pressing geopolitical realities. Historically, Germany's stance on defense spending has remained cautious, dating back to the aftermath of the Second World War and exacerbated by the global debt crisis of 2009. Yet, the current climate poses a stark contrast to those historical hesitations. As tensions and vulnerabilities grow, Germany's potential shift towards increased military investment reflects deep-seated anxieties about the reliability of American support, a realization echoed by Professor Monika Schnitzer, who underscores the need for Europe to find its own footing in defense matters. The urgency is palpable as this crucial vote could liberate €500 billion, funds doubly crucial for both upgrading military capabilities and improving domestic infrastructure. Emerging from the shadows of past defense policies, proponents argue that failure to pass this measure would leave Europe over-reliant on the US, whose commitment appears increasingly tenuous. Dr. Fenella McJurdy points to statistics revealing a staggering 23.2% increase in German defense spending last year alone, catalyzing an unprecedented 11.7% rise across Europe. However, this momentum seems threatened by the polarized outlook of German political factions. The inklings of skepticism resound through the voices of both far-right AfD and far-left Link, whose opposition may stall the vote unless a two-thirds majority is reached. Their clashing visions epitomize the broader societal struggle, navigating the delicate balance between military necessity and a historical reluctance rooted in national guilt and accountability. Observing this political battle unfold, the specter of American policies looms. The recent Munich Security Conference laid bare the anxiety felt across European corridors of power, as U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance unleashed sharp criticisms of European strategies, evoking a chilling reminder that reliance on American military hegemony might be a bygone luxury. Yet, as Europe grapples with the potential of a semi-victorious Russia, now emboldened and increasingly assertive, the question arises, can Europe afford to maintain its status quo while existential threats lurk at its borders? Historically, Europe has often stood at the crossroads of pacifism and militarization, akin to its post-Napoleonic War stance when the British Army dwindled to unprecedented lows. The lessons from that era resonate today as analysts warn that conventional military strength, neglected for years, could handily fall short in a contest against aggressive forces. The striking juxtaposition here lies between the elite decision-makers advocating robust military reforms in marginalized communities, who bear the social costs of such policies, raising another question. What collateral damage will be incurred by redirecting public resources to military endeavors, despite pressing needs in education and social welfare, despite overwhelming evidence pointing to the necessity of military augmentation? As shown by the staggering awareness that Europe spends a meager 0.1% of its wealth in supporting Ukraine compared to the US allocation of 0.15%, the road ahead remains fraught. Without a radical reconsideration of funding priorities, coupled with a unified commitment to enhance defense collaboration, the experiment of European unity risks devolving into mere rhetoric. In conclusion, today's vote transcends financial implications. It forms the crux of a broader transformation in Germany's self-perception within Europe. As the threat landscape evolves, the lingering question remains, will we witness a new era of European assertiveness, or will fear and division prevail, potentially sacrificing not just strategic autonomy but the welfare of countless citizens caught in the crossfire of outdated defense paradigms? In my view, the impending vote in Germany's Bundestag represents a pivotal moment not just for national defense, but for the very fabric of European stability. It is striking that as we stand on the brink of increased military spending, the voices of marginalized communities in pressing social issues are drowned out by the clamor for arms and defense budgets. This shift towards militarization raises profound questions about our priorities and the power structures that dictate them. Are we truly prepared to invest in a future that prioritizes military might over social equity and environmental sustainability? As we contemplate the implications of this vote, one must ask, what kind of Europe do we want to build, and at what cost to our collective humanity? Subscribit y dale like para mantenert informadu.